Oh, isn't that cute? Batman's looking over Lincoln from the corner. Oh, it's nice to have a protector like that, isn't it, Mr. Lincoln? What did you say, Mr. Lincoln? You want us to do a penny box hunt? Why? Well, if you say so. You're one of my favorite presidents. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Hi, it's Silver Chupacabra, and I'm ready to get into some pennies. I hope you are as well. We'll be looking for all sorts of older pennies, the wheats, hopefully much, much older, the older wheats. If IHC, an Indian head cent or Indian head penny, however you want to put that, comes out and says hello, I'm not going to say go away back to it, that's for sure. Look for some varieties. Be nice to find some. We've been doing pretty well on that from the last two hunts. Speaking of last two hunts, we've had a lot of good fills. I know we still have lots of spaces to fill here, but that's kind of the way it is. But if you remember from the last time out, we got that very nice 17S. And even though it could have been a better S, it's still, 32 million made. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at the 1941 to 1974 book, because I knocked down my magnet, just in case I need to use the magnet. Here we are. I like all those shinies over there and over here, and even some in here. We did fill a spot last time. It wasn't over here. It was actually up here in 1941D. We are down to 10 spots. I know the steel pennies are probably... There's just a low probability. What can you say? It'd be nice to find some. And I've seen other people find some in boxes lately. So, hey, we might have use for the magnet. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the top. We've got obviously a few things going on there with customer wrapped rolls, but there are plenty of vendors to look at too. Here's the top side of the box. As you can see, pretty cruddy there. I would say there's some copper definitely in there. But we also have some newbies in there as well. You can see the shields for yourself. Ugh. It's the worst Lincoln reverse ever put into action is that shield. But, that's my opinion. And we really can't see much going on here. You got a few rolls that you can kind of perchance check out. But anyway, as we all know, it's what's inside that usually is the thing that's going to count the most. So let's go and check out the insides of these rolls. Okay, so as you can see, I started with the customer wrapped rolls, and we're into the first roll itself. And there's not a find here, but what I just wanted to throw out a notice here. Take a look at the dates on these. This is the back end of the first roll. You guys notice anything in common? Other than that one right there. They're all 80s. And they're all clean, by the way, too, which is very interesting. I mean, they're very nice coins. Not mint state, so to speak, good, but they're just very clean. I found that with the whole roll. Not with just the 80s. I mean, there's 60s and 70s and they're spiced, but At least that roll didn't really have any. I don't remember any shields. I might be wrong on that, but hey, just an observation. We have 6 rolls left in that first brick. That means it's roll 4 in this increasingly interesting customer roll piece. But we do have a finder. I was hoping there was going to be a bunch of wheaties, but not quite. The detail is there with a lot of schmooze on the wheat ears there. I'm going to say it's got a little bit of depth to it. Do we have 40s or 50s here? It is 40s, 1944 S. Nice. That 44, always my jam, but that's not the Philly one. But I think I got a 44S on the last penny roll hunt too. 2 rolls left in that first brick, so we are on roll 8. And we have a Canadian find. And I believe, under all that schmooze, it's a 1983. First I thought it was 1963, but oh wow. Thought the reverse was off. That's not doing it much better. Cool. First Canadian find. On to the second brick of 10. So we got 8 left there. That means roll 12. And our first part of the roll, which I didn't get to lay out, it kind of came out yucky. It's 1952D. Nice. Yeah, pretty decent condition brownie there. Yep. I wanted to prove that was going to say 1 cent. Roll 16 of this current penny box hunt. I don't have a wheatie, but I get a real nice blazer here. 1966. Other than this little it's hard to tell on the. I've actually scoped it already, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. It's not like gunk, it's just like a blemish of some sort. If you look close enough, you might see a little bit of doubling. There is a DDO on this coin here, and I am the worst at it, that's for sure. I just still cannot figure out machine versus regular doubling, but as you can see, don't want to play with this too much because she is in just pristine condition. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the scope. Okay, so I see the DDO is on the obverse, and that's why we're looking at the lettering here. The R looks very suspicious here, but I don't see tons like on the S and things like that. If we go to, I noticed on the pictures in PDCS and Variety Vista that the O had a lot of doubling on it, but I really don't see it there per se. If you go down to Liberty, let's get that full one on there. I don't know. It looks a little machiny to me, but that L is looking pretty suspicious too. And we'll look at the date here. Either way, man, it just looks really nice. At 9, and I'm not talking about the outer part here either. I'm actually talking about on the side or I could be reading into it. That's a definite. But even if it isn't, this is a beautiful coin. Roll 17, and at the very end of the roll, we got a last year wheatie. Nice. Pretty nice condition, 58D. We got a lot of 59Ds. I think I've probably found 7 or 8 59Ds in these rolls. There she is. Nice. Roll 26. And four more in that third row of rolls. Hard to say those words sometimes. And you can kind of see that out of the left. Now you can see that a little straighter. Cool. Got wheatbacks. Looking nice there. It's a pretty clean brownie. Probably 50s, I'm thinking. No. Hey, it's an S. I like that. 1955 S. 1953 S. Sometimes my eyesight, I don't know. Roll 39 of this very slow box hunt. It's been a while, but the sun also rises. I see the bit of wheat ear there. Go. Got some decent detail to it, but a little bit worn. Be interested to see where this is going to lie at. Does have a mint mark. Is in the 40s. 47. Cool. 1947D. This will be the fifth wheatie of this hunt. We are on roll 44 of this very slow penny box. In fact, Batman is so disgusted he won't even look at the rolls anymore. Let's say 7 coins in. You can see what I'm seeing. That it's a wheatie, but it looks very, very old. We're talking about teens, 20s old on this one. And hopefully that's what it's going to be. Verse, it's warm, but it's very readable. Let's see what we got. Obviously 19's in there. Oh, it's going to actually be in the 30s. That I wasn't quite expecting, but that's still cool. Oh, right on it, 1930. Nice. Not what I was kind of expecting, but that's the oldest coin I've seen so far. It actually brought life back into my dying body of what's been very complacent and parlor type of box hunt so far. Roll 45 of this box hunt. And the thing is, it only takes one roll to turn it all around. Started with 6 wheaties coming into this, and we're going to at least leave with 9. That's right, folks. It's a triple play. We've got one there. A little bit of wear there on the wheat. We've got one there. Detail where it's kind of hard to tell. It's pretty brown. And then right next door, 1956. At least we know right away that one. That one's on the obverse. The other two popped up on the reverse. Let's check out the second one. 1950 with a D mint mark. Sorry, I forgot to do the slow roll on that. Oh well. And then we've got this one. And we'll do slow roll on this just in case. Ah! You didn't see that. Why did I turn it that way? I was thinking Canadian at one time. 19. It's got a D mint mark. 52. Is that really a D? No, I think that's an S. No, it's a D. No, I think it's a D. Anyway, take a look. Nice. Couple of 52 Ds, by the way. I just noticed that. Yep, that's a 56. I think I've called that out wrong now 3 times. 2 56 Ds and a 52 D. In one roll. Can I get a 4th one? I don't think I've ever had 4 wheaties in a box. It doesn't look too promising. Roll 47 of this penny box hunt, and it is definitely getting much, much better as we go along. On this one, we have that as a visitor. That's King George VI, ladies and gents. This is Canadian. And that portrait's on there. That means this is going to be old. Not old, but you know what I mean by old. Who knows what old is anymore? Oh, take a look. It's got the IND, IMP letters there. That stood for India basically still being a colony of Britain. This left coins, this might have actually been made in 1948, by the way. I don't know if it has been or not, but the point is they took these off in 48. That's when India became an independent state or an independent country, so to speak. Anyway, that means it has to be at least 1947 or older. Remember, side to side, ladies and gents. You know what? And I think the die actually might be a little rotated there. We're going to check that in a bit. 19. So it is going to be a 40. Oh, I hope it's not just 1940. We just found that. Oh, wow. It's a last date, 1947. And take a look. It's got a maple leaf to the right of the 7. The nickel had the same thing going on, and it had 3 different versions. I'm wondering if the 1947 cent/penny has the same thing going on. Let's go ahead and check that. So here's the 1947 cent, and as you can see, this version does not have a maple leaf in it. This actually does have 2 other versions. Let's go down and check to see one of them. This one is called the Pointed 7 1947, and as you can see, there's the maple leaf. And obviously the point on the upper part of the 7 there. And then there's what's called the Blunted 7. Maple leaf again, but as you can see, that point is kind of sheared off there. This one has a population of its own. It's in the 40 millions. The other one actually is included in the population of this, which is in the 30s of millions. So this one actually would probably be much rarer. Either way, it's not going to be worth much. That penny's not in that great a shape. Let's check out the... So here's the one I found under the scope. And, well, that's 7. It looks kind of blunt, but it also looks kind of pointed. You know, I'll look at this a little bit later, but you know what? I would like some of my Canadian compadres to come on in and let me know what they think. I'd rather it be pointed because it's the rarer of the 2. It's the better of the finds, but either way, this is still a very, very cool find. So, as you can see, the box is empty. Done with the first box of this hunt. 9 wheatie finds in all. Kind of spaced all over the place, but big gaps in there. But still got 9 out of it, and I would say that's basically about average. The 1930 was the oldest find. Did find a 1947 Canadian cent. That is awesome. Did find a lot of decent shinies, especially that 66. I'm going to be interested in the future how that pans out. Let's go ahead and add a second box and look at the enders. Here's the top side of the second box. As you go around, you'll see basically some of the same things you always see. There's a mix of copper, and there's some newbies in there, definitely. No wheat backs are showing, and I didn't see anything in the 50s or 40s, so I don't think we see anything in the enders, but of course it's the inside that matters. Batman is staring at that hole that I just took a roll out of. This is roll 1 of this second box of the hunt. And, gee, Nice start. If I can find it. There you go. I knew it was somewhere. Looks like it's been in circulation for a little bit. Portraits, got pretty good detail. I'm thinking 50s, but I'd love to have a 40s. 1950 out of Denver. I don't know, other than the 1930, I think that's the 1930 is the only Philly I think I've found so far. But cool, 1950 out of Denver. Good start. Let's keep roll 5 of this second box of the hunt, and at the very end, because I've already checked through everything else, that popped up. 1942D. Let's pull it out and look at it without all the other ones in the way. Very, very cool. And you know what? I think that might be a hole filler. Pretty awesome if it is. Even if it isn't, still a nice find. To roll 9 of this penny box hunt, and we do have a reverse wheatie facing us. Look at that bronzish. There you go. I think that works. Color. Let's get that scratch there up top. I'm thinking 50s. I'm thinking 50s. Does have a mint mark. That's a D. 1956. Wow. That's what the third 56 D we found so far. That's interesting. Pop that up there. Still have a bit to look at. We'll come back if something pops up. On roll 9, and I didn't even recognize this until I was going over, obviously. You get so many weirdly colored pennies sometimes. But it's actually 1948, folks. Let's pull it out just a little bit. Get that shadow out of course. And it is a wheatie. Cool, fine. That's now 4 in the first 9. That's pretty good average if I can keep that up. Still on roll 9. So we're going to have our third wheatie find here of the first 9, or in this roll, 5 for the entire 9 so far. And they're all nobody mentions this, but I find probably most of my wheatie finds with reverse facing, but the obverse seems to be winning out today. Because this was a total surprise. 1954, Denver. Roll 13 of this box hunt, and about midway through the roll, as you can see, we got a 1955 out of Denver. Very nice. Good detail, too. Onward we go. The 16th roll of this second box of the current box hunt. Number 7, I believe it is. And we do have another wheat find. This will be number 7 of this box already. So this box is putting out a lot of quantity. I'd like to see some older ones, but not complaining about what I'm getting, that's for sure. Got a little bit of wear to it. 40s maybe? Yeah, it's got a mint mark. Yeah, 56D. Wow. That is the 4th 56D of this box hunt. On to roll 22 of the box hunt. Sorry about that. And we've got our 8th wheatie find of this box. 17 totals. This is almost already matched it. We're not halfway through. Here we are. She's about halfway in. Oh, Rosie likes that. Let's see if it's a good one. He says it's a good one. What's it going to be? It looks 50s to me, but I could be wrong. It is 40s. Wow, 45. I believe. No, it's a D mark. For a minute, that was an S. Cool find. Although OC, I kind of already have that one. Roll 28 of this second box of the current hunt, and we do have a reverse popping out there. I want the 62. Check that for the mint mark. There he is. Or he. Brown. I don't know. That looks like 50s, but that's alright with me. He's going to be actual 40s. Ah, there we are. There's my 44. I still do not have a 41. But 44 out of Philly. I always feel lonely if I never get this. On to roll 29. And we've got a multiple wheatie roll, which is always cool. This is going to be numbers 10 and 11 in the wheaties on this box, which is cool. We are at 20 for the whole thing. Always a good number to hit. Probably thinking 50s here. Oh, it's 40s. 41. There's the other one. Oh, that's hilarious. That's my other jam, 1941. Roll 33 of this second box of the current hunt. And I think it's about the middle, I would say. This one kind of popped up out of nowhere. I just thought it was a multicolored coin, so to speak. But it happens to be a 1946, and I believe that's an S mint mark in the dark there. I'll confirm that later on there, but interesting color at least. Reds, browns, darks. There you go. 15 rolls left. This is roll 35. This is going to be the 13th wheatback of this box found. This is number 22. Very dark brown. Except for the bottom part there, which is something going on there. Detail is there. Doesn't look massively old. It's alright. Let's see what we got here. 1952 out of Denver. A lot of Denvers today, especially the 50s. Roll 38 of this box hunt, and we've got an over showing right here. It's a 1957 minted in Denver. Pretty common, but still cool. Farther down roll 38. Missed this one. It's got the 12 sides in it, so it's one of the later 80s or early 90s ones. And since, nope, I don't see the date there. You won't see the date there either. 1982. I guess they started that a little bit before the late 80s. Okay. Cool, that is the third Canadian out of this box. I'm going to go to roll 30. Roll 45 of this box hunt. And right in the middle of the roll. Obverse facing. That's why I missed it. 1958 out of Denver. Last year. Wheatie. Roll 46, and we have our fourth Canadian visitor of this hunt. There it is, 1980. Out of Canada, of course. And of course, I just flipped it upside down, which doesn't work for Canadian coins. It's in alright shape. Okay, it's on roll 48 of this second box of the current hunt. And I think I've got an oldie Canadian back here. At least it looks old. It's actually the young Elizabeth head. And I don't quite know how far that head goes back. I'm going to take it that she took the place of George VI. I'm not very good on Canadian coinology, if that's even a word. Not the Canadian part, the coinology part. Boing. Anyway, 1950s maybe? I don't know. I could be very wrong. Looks like I already am because I've already let some of the cat out of the bag there. Yeah, it's in the 60s. Oh, 63. That's my birth year. Awesome. It shows my age. Yes, I'm 60 years old. Get over it. I'm over it, that's for sure. Onward we go. Got one more roll left. We are on roll 49, and there's another one of these. This is going to be the sixth out of this hunt. Early 80s, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to find out. No, 94. Interesting to see if we need any of these in the books, but cool. That'll be at the or close to the very end of the roll 49. I didn't even see this. We got another Canadian. I cannot tell. It looks like a younger portrait, but I wouldn't say young. I would say like mid-70s young. Let's find out. At least I have the 70s right. 72? It's pretty scuzzy and dirty, but man, 7th Canadian find of the box. Very cool. On to roll 50. There's Batman in his cave. That means no more pennies to look out for this hunt. It is time to summarize. See all the coins there. Hard to get everything in the shot, but a very good hunt. 24 finds in all, 15 from the second box. So my second box is very, very cool. We got our oldest finds from the first box, so very, very cool to that too. 1941, one of my jams, Philadelphia. I find that pretty much well every hunt. 1942 out of Denver. I do believe that's going to be a hole filler. Yes. There's another one of my jams, finding these one or several in every hunt. 1944 out of Philly, but we also have 44 out of San Francisco, which I believe this is the second box in a row we found a 44S. 45D, 46D, and a 47 out of Denver. We've got a 1948. And I might have said 49 earlier when we found this, but it is a 48. Very black, and who knows what's going on with that. 1950 out of Denver. 1952 out of Denver. We got a couple of those, and we also have nice a 52S. We also have a 53S. A couple of very cool finds there out of San Francisco. 154D, which looks very nice, by the way. A 55D. Several 56s. A couple of 57s, a couple of 58s. Very cool. The quality finds for this time out. There's our oldest coin of the hunt, 1930. When I first found that, I thought it was going to be much, much older, but still very cool. Found another King George. And that one actually comes from 1947, the last year of India being a colony. And you can see that maple leaf on the back. That's kind of a signature for that one. 1963. I thought this was going to be older, folks. I really did. It's got the young Elizabeth on there. We also found a 72. It's got a lot of crud on it. 1980, 82. That's an 83. Hard to tell. 94. That would be the last. We found 7 Canadians, which is very, very cool. We found this blazer of a 1966, and I think it might be the DDO. I don't know for sure, but we'll be looking into that. In fact, I'm handling that one with kid gloves because that looks very, very MS, even with a little bit of a mark up here. Let me switch hands. It's hard to see for you here, but there is a little bit, maybe like a little stain. When I say mark, I meant stain in this case. So it shouldn't really hurt the coin quality too much. Anyway, I've got varieties to look for. I will be coming back in with letting you know if we have any or not, and the collection books. On to the collection books. There were no varieties found. Maybe other than that 66 I found way earlier. And I actually showed that on the video. So let's go on to the collection books. And good news. Well, bad news first. The 1930 did not, or was not a filler in the early books. So you won't even be seeing the early book. The 1941, the 1974 book. 2 holes are getting plugged in. The 1942, not that one, B. I don't know how that got in there. Nice, nice. And then the 1953 San Francisco gets filled. There are 3 more holes here. Both of these are fillies that I cannot believe I have not found in a box hunt yet. And then we've got 5 there. That means there are 8 holes left in this book. Very, very awesome. Let's go ahead and go to the secondary. We did find a hole, we did find a place for the 1930, and it's going to go in here. It's very nice there. That is all for that one. The secondary, that is not where it goes. It's a 52S, and that's going to fit in there. Very nice. Still got quite a few holes to fill in for this one, but, that one's filled at least. And then let's go to the Canadian book. We know we have at least one filler, or we should have at least one filler. And it's the 47. Now you'll notice that I put it in the pointed 7 area. I'm still not sure. And I'm hoping, like I said, some of my Canadian friends, or if you know more about this than I do, there are 3 different versions. It's got the maple leaf, so I know it's either the pointed one, or the blunt, and I could not tell from the video. So, anyway, one of those is filled, and I like that. All the other Canadians did not do anything. In other words, there were no fillers for those. Very nice hunt. When I get 24 finds in 2 boxes, that's always good stuff. You're averaging 12 there, and that's above average. I'm considering that above average nowadays. Hope everybody will enjoy this, whether you watch all of it or parts of it. I'm hoping everybody has a great week or weekend whenever you are watching this. This is Silver Chupacabra saying bye-bye until the next time. Have yourself a lovely day.